All right, so let's talk prep. I'll quit jabbing. This is the way I prep my furniture. Okay, I have White Lightning in a bottle in one of the Fine Mist, continuous Fine Mist water bottles that Dixie Belle has on their website. I just put like half a tablespoon, I think, fill it up. I make mine a little bit strong, I feel. But I've had my little jar. It comes in granules, like a little powder form. I've had that jar for over 2 years. I mean, it lasts a really long time, and I use a lot of White Lightning. So after you've dusted your piece off, you're gonna wanna soak your piece down really well with the White Lightning. Can y'all see? Now, what I do, in order to get a real good clean, these are the finishing pads that Dixie Belle has. Look how large. They're good for if you want to sand in between your coats to kind of get a little bit of, like, if you have some brush strokes, you can get those off. You can just sand real good, or rub real good with these finishing pads, right? But I like to use them. This is what I use them the most for scrubbing my pieces when I'm cleaning them, and it works absolutely fabulous. I also use them to apply my butter in my drawers to give the drawers a nice silky smooth kind of finish. If you've watched me before, you know that I put a little bit of no pain gel stain in with my butter to give it a little bit of a tint. But I will use the finishing pad to scrub my piece really well. You want to let you're gonna let your White Lightning sit for just a second. Let it kind of do its thing. And then we're going to scrub, and I'll show you what the finishing pad looks like afterwards. This acts as like a deglosser as well. So you'll be able to tell a difference in the sheen once you've cleaned your piece and scrubbed it real well. You'll tell a difference in the sheen because it gets all the old polishes off and all the yucky stuff. All right, we'll go fast so we can get to the fun stuff. I really want to apply that stencil for you guys. You wipe it off with just a clean rag. Dry it off real well. I didn't show you. This is what the finishing pad looked afterwards. So it really got in there and got the stuff. You can dry it off real good. Look, it took off my slick stick over there. Sure did. This stuff will eat through. I'll tell you what, if I'm repainting a piece that has been waxed, like with a prior paint brand that I used years ago, and I want to repaint it, when I use the White Lightning on it to clean it, it eats through that wax like it's a butter, and then I have to boss it. I have no choice because that water will reactivate the paint that's already on there because the wax is gone, and then I have trouble. That's how amazing this White Lightning is. So you can see, yucky, right? Oop. Gross. After you've done that, you want to rinse really well. You can rinse with just plain water. You can just get a rag with, bucket of water, however you want to do it. I have vinegar water that I keep on hand. This is a 50-50 mix of white distilled vinegar with water. I make my vinegar water very strong. Vinegar is a cleaning agent as well. So I figure, hey, double the clean, right? Double the clean. Now, after you get this scrubbed and wiped down and rinsed off real well, this is when you're going to be able to tell if you're going to need to do anything else as far as maybe you want a scuff stand. Maybe you can tell it's going to be a bleeder because you're cleaning and cleaning and cleaning, and that thing is it's just still dirty. That's usually when you've got a lot of tannins. Scrubbing it like this can kind of disturb them, but you want to get it as clean as possible. This is when you're going to tell if you're going to need slick stick. If it's a really shiny surface, or slick surface, it's a bonding agent, and it will help your paint stick to it. So this is a good time to tell what you're going to need. Now, this is pretty clean. There's a little bit. This is pretty clean. However, it dulled it. It did dull it. I don't know if y'all could tell from the beginning of the live, but I am going to slick stick it because it is still pretty slick, and I don't want to take any chances. Okay, so I am going to slick stick it. And I'm going to show y'all how I slick stick and get a really smooth finish with my slick stick with very minimal brush strokes. All right, I don't use a chip brush. I use my good synthetic brushes, and that ensures a very smooth finish for your paint to go over. And we're just gonna do this one little side. We're gonna flip it around. We're gonna start painting, do the fun stuff. Slick stick, I have my jar busted the lid when I was banging on it. So I've got it in this little thing. This is slick stick, I promise. It's milky white, it's pretty thick. It's almost like a glue substance. Whoa, did y'all see that? Like cat-like reflexes. All right, I load my brush up and I kind of get it on here. Now, when I'm applying my slick stick to get a smooth finish, I use the sides of my brush, the sides of the bristles. I don't go like this and I don't go back and forth. I try to go all the way across and use the sides of my brush. Now, you can, if you feel more comfortable, I don't, but I know a lot of people do, you can have a brush, you know, like a good synthetic brush, a mini or a large flat or whatever, dedicated for just your slick stick or just your boss or whatever. I don't, because immediately following applying the slick stick, I will run to the sink, or I used to when I had a sink nearby, but I'll throw it in some water, warm water with a little bit of white lightning in there, just a teeny tiny little sprinkle, and let it soak for a second. And it makes it so much easier to clean. You don't have all that gunk build up, because you know it's getting pretty far up on the bristles here. All right, so this is kind of the trick that I have found to get a real smooth surface with your slick stick, and the same with the boss. A lot of people use chip brushes. I used to. I didn't like the texture it gave me, unless I was doing a real, you know, with sea spray or, you know, whatever, a real chippy finish. It wouldn't bother me, but if I want a smooth finish, this is how I do it. The way slick stick works also, what you're going to want to do is 2 coats is generally recommended. I'm a rebel. Unless it's glass, I generally just do glass or plastic. I generally just do 1 coat. That really always seems to do the trick. But I have painted glass and plastic and metal. Not metal. Have I painted metal with slick stick? I can't remember for sure. I think I did. I did do the 2 coats, and then you wait 24 hours. You've really got to let the slick stick do its job and adhere to the surface the way it's supposed to. So over here, I've already kind of got, I slick sticked the front to have it start drying before I went live. So I'm just trying to, what I'm doing over here. So if you use one of your good synthetic brushes, and then just take care of your brushes regardless, whether you're using Boss, slick stick, paint, silk, it doesn't matter. As long as you take care of your brushes, you wash them pretty good, you use that scrubby soap, you shouldn't have a problem. My brushes I've had for well over 2 years, and a lot of them still look brand new because I do take care of them. Dixie Belle brushes are amazing. They really are, and as long as you take care of them, they will last you a very long time. So yeah, to minimize, so like here where it's got like a little lip, if you know, if I'm going this way and I'm going this way, it's gonna have that kind of meet up. So I was just kind of coming around like that and smoothing it out that way. And I'll do the same on the leg here. So I'll just kind of smooth it out like this, kind of feather it out to where it's not like a harsh, y'all can't even see what I'm doing. God, come on. Sorry. I'll do it over here. I'll feather the little corners a little bit so it's smooth. So here, I'm going to come in like this. Maybe. Need a little bit more room. And I'll get it on here. So now it's going to have a little where it meets up to where I've already slick stick the other side. I'm just going to kind of come and feather it out just a little bit so it's still smooth on the edge. And then right here, it's going to be the same because I was coming this way, right? So it's going to have a bunch gathered. I'm going to have to get in the way for just a second. Let me move you all over. So I'll get it on the piece. Get it on. And then do the same. Just kind of feather it out a little bit. Can't really see over there. I'm gonna do the best I can there. That's it. That's it. Okay, now she's ready to sit and wait 24 hours, right? Before you paint her. Okay, let the slick sit. Thanks so much for watching. If you like this video and want to see more, be sure to subscribe and click that bell icon to get notified when new videos are posted. Also, I typically put out a blog to show how I finish these pieces of furniture. If you head on over to my website, thepurpleposy.com, and sign up for the mailing list, you'll get notified when those blogs are posted as well.